When comparing the armed forces of the three Baltic nations, Latvia appears to have the smallest full-time force, with just a single mechanized infantry brigade. This brigade is described on the military's official website as the heaviest and toughest fist of the national armed forces and the largest professional service unit in terms of numbers, which plays an important role in strengthening our national and international security. So let's take a look at what Latvia's Mechanized Infantry Brigade is made of in today's video. Latvia's Land Forces Mechanized Infantry Brigade, or as the Latvians call it, Sauszemes spēku Mechanizēta kainieku brigāde. The motto of the Land Forces Mechanized Infantry Brigade is Strength in Unity, and the official Latvian military website lists a handful of subunits under its command, which are as follows: the brigade's headquarters and signal company, the 1st Mechanized Infantry Battalion, the 2nd Mechanized Infantry Battalion, and 3rd Infantry Battalion. For support, there is a Combat Support Battalion, which itself includes an engineering company, a military reconnaissance company, a close air defense battery, a headquarters, and a communications platoon. There's also a service battalion which performs transportation, repair, and medical tasks among many other duties. And finally, there's the Artillery Division, which isn't really a division in a military sense, especially considering that it's within a brigade. This artillery subunit is more of a battalion size with about 3 batteries. In terms of key pieces of equipment, Latvia's land forces have developed a lot over the past decade, with mechanization being a key priority. On September 4, 2014, during the NATO summit in Wales, Latvia signed a contract with the Ministry of Defence of the United Kingdom for the purchase of CVRT armoured vehicles. These tracked IFVs and APCs kicked off Latvia's first phase of its Land Forces Infantry Brigade mechanization project. As explained on the government's website, the mechanization project planned to equip one battalion with lightly used tracked platforms and the other with medium or light wheeled platforms for its second phase. The Latvian military explains its decision to acquire the UK's old CVRTs, saying, "The low weight and dimensions are well suited to the Latvian terrain and provide high mobility, camouflage and self-defense capabilities. The equipment can move along all public roads, bridges, ditch crossings available in Latvia, as well as outside the road network. The equipment is easily transported by rail, sea and air." But of course, since then, Latvia has moved to acquire the Patria 6x6 and even build these APCs domestically. And in the near future, the military will introduce the tracked Ascod IFV into its operations. With 42 Ascods ordered, this should be enough for a single mechanized infantry battalion. When it comes to Latvia's artillery firepower, the country uses the M109 tracked self-propelled howitzer, another topic we've covered in a separate video. The country will in the future also operate a battery of US-made HIMARS rocket artillery systems which have a strike range of up to 300 kilometers. On the lighter side, the country has old Humvees still in use and will eventually have its own Latvian-designed 4x4 platform. On the extra-light side, it was in 2018 that Latvia's armed forces ordered a variety of all-terrain vehicles from US manufacturer Polaris. The approximately $500,000 contract was said to be for 62 vehicles which are used in both the full-time brigade and its National Guard. As for small arms, the Latvian military has used the Heckler & Koch G36 assault rifle since 2006, or G36KV to be more precise. According to the website medium.com, these rifles replaced the Swedish-made AK-4. For anti-tank weapons, the country's forces used the AT-4, old and new variants of the Carl Gustaf recoilless rifle, and the Israeli-made Spike anti-tank guided missile. Now, we need to add that outside of the Mechanized Infantry Brigade exists Latvia's Special Forces. These forces are thus able to act independently of the brigade, as they are directly subordinate to the commander of the National Armed Forces. And finally, there's the large pool of trained soldiers in the form of the National Guard. The National Guard of the Republic of Latvia is in fact the largest structure of the National Armed Forces and the basis of the country's territorial defense. It's made up of 4 brigades and totals about 10,000 personnel. As seen with other countries and their National Guard units, training mostly takes place on weekends, when these volunteers are more likely to have free time outside of their civilian jobs. So we hope this video has given you a good overview of Latvia's primary land force unit and its key pieces of heavy equipment. Yes, Latvia does only have 1 brigade compared to Estonia's 2 and Lithuania's 3. However, as we've discussed before, parts of some Estonian and Lithuanian brigades are made up of reserve and training units. Anyway, we've covered a lot of this information in other videos, going deeper on key pieces of equipment, so if you're particularly interested in Latvia, we encourage you to check out the Latvia playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.